Hello everyone, welcome to our session on complex problem solving. This is a short introduction of the Kepner and Fourier problem solving approach, which is adjusted to the project environments for project managers, project teams. Kepner and Fourier problem solving method tested and proven over the years in manufacturing environment, in operations, and also for the projects. It is based on the importance of engaging the right resources with the right structured questions to identify the root cause of a problem, find the best fitting solution, and reach a consensus to resolve complex problem and improve outcome of your projects. According to PMI's Project Management Institute's research published in the Pulse of the Profession, 10% of every dollar is wasted due to poor project performance. This is approximately 100 million for every 1 billion invested on projects. You can find this statistical information on the Pulse of the Profession publishing, even if you are not a member of the PMI. One of the reasons, if not the major reason, projects are failing because most of the time we are project leads and the teams, managers, sponsors do not know how to handle the problems. As I mentioned, too much money is being wasted on resolving wrong problems or not able to identify the real cause of the problem, going on circles, and most importantly, repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Believe me, most of the time, there is not much time to stop and analyze the problem. Especially during an emergency situation. We start running around in panic mode and jump on the first solution we can think about it, or we are advised, hoping it will fix the problem. You might be lucky to resolve for that problem once in a while, maybe the second time in a row, but believe me, not the third time. It is better to test a couple of methods and keep the one works for you in your pocket in case of emergencies. That's what I did. Actually, I attended this training years ago. And then look at it, how we can implement, and then work with the Kepner and Fourier team to see, what is their result from the projects and apply to this. And I start using, again, years ago, and I see quite benefits of it. It streamlines the projects, the management of the problems. Especially if there is a complex problem and the project is halted due to this problem. See, what do? Close the project and go home? Yeah, some of us might be able to do, or some cases, that's why they call me. Actually, I cannot go anywhere. There is a problem and we have to resolve it. But most of the time, what I found it, actually the project teams, they leave it and hoping it will resolve itself. And it doesn't happen actually. And it comes much more strong, as a much bigger problem. Or fix it with a very expensive solution. When there is a panic mode and the people are struggling for the solution, they might do this, which is very expensive, of course, and time consuming. But if you have any of these resonating with you, you can make a major difference in your next project and even in your existing situations once you follow the Kepner and Fourier methodology. Imagine the value you add when you have a method that could be utilized by all stakeholders to tackle such a problem head-on. You may ask me, why do we need to have a methodological problem-solving approach? It is very easy what I do. Yeah, but you see, every additional resource called in to resolve the problem will add to the cost of your project. And every delay will extend the solution time of the problem. Again, will increase the dollars have been wasted by professionals. Again, the money wasted for trial and error implementation. It is essential to stand back and think about what could be the root cause of the problem first before acting. It is imperative to ask the right question to the right resources to get the right answer. But if you are in a panic mode, how you can do this? But if you know the method that it provides, you give you all the cue cards, all the questions, what you should be asking to see the benefits. You see? As discussed, more people adds more time and codes. And what happens when that problem is then passed from one head to many heads? To division, suppliers, multiple suppliers. Researchers found that every additional member involved adds on average a day to resolve the problem. It will be good to know whom to involve to avoid this formula from getting out of control. But for this, you have to identify. That's everything started. You see, that's when the Kapner and Fourier team, when they got together, they thought that, how they can resolve the complex problem. And it's best to using the divergent and convergent thinking approach. Yeah. Kapner and Fourier have pioneered in a specific thinking approach in critical thinking that addresses the fundamental and advanced needs of root cause analysis. This approach uses a commonly supported template with structured questions to guide a team through the analysis phase quickly and effectively. The thinking behind this encourages troubleshooters to ask the right question of the right people to generate quality data, so promote intuitive deductive reasoning from subject matter experts. That's why the Kapner and Fourier framework is the interplay between divergent and convergent thinking. Divergent thinking, as we know, involves breaking down a given problem. The aim of doing this is to get insight into the various aspects of the problem. This process is spontaneous and helps to generate different ideas for the problem quickly. You gather lots of information. You don't do the qualitative analysis in this stage. You just gather the information. Once you have enough information, then you involve the convergent thinking, organizing the ideas and information generated during divergent thinking to get the correct solution. You see, to empower problem-solving teams, you should be using a systematic, template-driven thinking approach to get the whole team to agree on the incident's root cause. The use of a common approach and language enables teams to find both the technical and root cause more quickly, accurately, and permanently. That's why, adopting structured templates and applying the Kapner and Fourier processes, the teams are assured of identifying the true root cause of the problem first time, every time. But before we go into the details, let me tell you the principles of the Kapner and Fourier. It is based on these core four principles. First of all, using templates with structured questions to encourage transparency and collaboration. Specificity. The more specific your data is, the better your chance for solving the problem. You see? And then quality of data. Using strategies that will separate relevant data from irrelevant data will help to reach to clear quality data. Okay. Once you have all this, of course, you have to test your assumptions. As you know, anybody is allowed to suggest theories, and some will provide them anyway, even if you don't allow them, without having been asked to contribute. Have a method that would allow you to test it in a constructive way. See, the Kapner and Fourier troubleshooting methodologies provide a platform for systematic analysis using problem-solving and decision-making templates. These prepared, structured questions enable teams from different disciplines to collaborate with the most appropriate and qualified information sources more effectively. This combination of investigation tools provides the problem-solving team with the means to initiate, execute, and complete an accurate root cause analysis. Also, it provides a platform to thinking investigators to solve vexing problems, incidents, and generate solutions for seemingly unsolvable problem situation. Now, let's go to approach. What they did, they look at the project situations, Kepner and Fourier teams, and they said that most of the project issues, challenges, typically, we faces on daily basis, are based on these 5 situations. The first one is that you may have a problem with no clear direction on how to proceed. It's like you may have many issues and no one knows how to proceed. Then the questions should be different. Or you know the problem, but this problem is poorly defined and without any agreement on what is involved from the other teams. And there is no clear concept of, what could be the root cause and problem or what is the technical issue. You see, then you cannot apply to the same questions that you use to, prioritize the problem. And then there is a issue, is defined requirements may not met or root cause unknown. You may have a deviation from the standard, the mean, and the project team needs to find the accurate true cause of the problem before the team can make any progress. You see, these are all different situations. As you can see, we color coded because when you attend the course, you will go to each tool, each approach to get the best. Okay, and sometimes the problem, you identify the root cause, you clearly define the root cause of the problem, but most effective solution is not apparent. We need an approach that will help us develop innovative actions so that the problem does not reoccur. See, and then actually, you have to test this solution. You have to ensure that the risk associated with the solution is identified. You see, it involves identifying hidden risks and creatively circumvent them in such a way that it does not have any impact on your plan. And the good portion, the idea of these situations, you have to keep in mind that you might not need to follow each approach step by step. You may have only one major problem. Then you don't need to exercise the first approach, prioritization. Your team might have already found the cause of the problem. Then you can jump to the solution and ensure to assess the risk, regardless of when and how you have initiated the problem-solving process. See, Kepner and Fourier created a method and tool for each situation and called them priority-wise, thinking-wise, solution-wise, and risk-wise. Cause-wise, solution-wise, and risk-wise. It's a quite detailed step-by-step process with a tool that helps the team to identify the problem, find the correct cause of a cause and solution, assess the risk with preset questions and activities which apply to any problem. Yes, what we create all this because what we need to ensure that all the problems is resolved. And a couple of takeaways. Then during the course we will talk in details, but regardless, if you are new, starting, just ensure that you do not assume anything. And always ask why question. Especially using the specifically phrased questions will help you to get the specific verified answers. And of course, it's always important to, whenever you have the opportunity to align different views. Be self-responsible and always have the difficult review meeting that that everyone will question or disagree and everything. That's why we also recommend to have the stakeholders involved from the start. Okay, this is it. There is information about me, and when I get my professional problem solving and the instructor license in January 2019. This is my contact information. This is the available courses related to this methodology, and also the references I use for this. Thank you very much for listening.